Good morning, Year 9, and welcome to your assembly the week beginning the 8th of Feb. And I can't quite believe it's February already, but here we are. So standard practice for me, you'll see some pictures of my cats, in the middle napping beautifully, and on the left and right acting like absolute maniacs. The cat's attacking one of those little invisible worm things, and the other one's trying to work out how to sit on a cat tree. Then they're not blessed with a huge amount of intelligence. So this week, what I'm going to do is go through the weekly check-in survey because it really gives us a good idea of how you're all doing, which is why I keep harassing you and trying to make you fill it in, because as you can see, only 72 of you responded. And whilst that's brilliant, it would be really good if more of you could participate, because it gives us a clearer picture of how everyone's doing, and it means that we can think of other ideas for how best to support you. So if this is representative of the whole year group, and I'm just going to go with that it is because I've got nothing else to go on, we've got about a 3-star rating of last week, and that kind of complements what I noticed when I was speaking to some of you in person or on the phone or via email, and I think a lot of us found last week quite tough. We're getting to a point now where we're all feeling a bit miserable and sick of lockdown. It was different in summer because the weather was glorious, so we could sit outside, whereas this time it's just a little bit miserable. And I know a lot of you are struggling because you can't see your friends in person, and you don't have the same things you'd normally look forward to. But there is positive news. Today the BBC News announced that 12 million people have had their first vaccination, so things are looking up. So just keep being patient and keep doing everything you're doing, and hopefully we'll be back to normal, or the new normal, in no time. Okay, so how are you? And this follows a similar vein really. So a lot of you are fine, you're great, which is fantastic, but there are quite a few of us that are just feeling all right or struggling a little bit, and that's absolutely fine. It's not great, but you've got to be kind to yourself, and if you're finding this particular time quite difficult, accept it, and not embrace it, but accept that you're allowed to feel a little bit low sometimes. It's about what we can do what strategies we can put in place to support that as well. How much work have you managed to do each day? So a lot of you are saying 4 or 5 lessons a day, which is brilliant, but there's a few of you saying, actually, I'm struggling to do much at all. And this is a common theme I'm seeing when I'm speaking to Year 9s. A lot of people are saying that they're struggling to keep up with the work. So later in the assembly, I'll be giving you some kind of top tips for how to help that. Have you joined any live lessons? And over half of you said yes, which is excellent. I know that some of us feel a little bit apprehensive about them, but I promise you they're not as scary as you think they're going to be. And it's really important that if you are able to join live lessons, you do, because I know that you're all more than capable of reading through a PowerPoint and doing the tasks. But if you are able to join the live sessions, then the teacher can explain it in much better detail. There's only so much we can type onto a PowerPoint, whereas if you can actually hear the teacher explaining it, the instructions will be much clearer. Equally, if you've got any questions about the work, that's the ideal time to ask. Or if you're a little bit shy, someone else is bound to ask as well. So my challenge for you is, if you haven't yet joined a live lesson and you can, this is the week to do it. Give it a shot. I promise you, not as scary as you think. What are you proud of? So this is one of my favourite parts of the survey, because I love seeing what you're all up to and what you're doing. And loads of people said particular bits of schoolwork. Some of you are exercising all the time, like someone went on a 5-mile run, casual. Some of you were saying you're doing really well with your gaming. Some people have been cooking or baking. Someone's landed a double toe loop for the first time, and I've no idea what it is, but it sounds incredibly impressive. A couple of you are saying I'm joining live lessons, which is excellent. But there are a couple here I really want to focus on because I think they're so important. And someone has said, I'm proud of asking for help. And that's a huge deal, because we don't like to look vulnerable, and we're scared that someone's going to react in a way that you don't want them to react. But if you are struggling, it's so important you contact someone, either me, Miss Gillard, your tutor, someone you trust, and ask them for help. It's okay to show weakness. We all have moments or days where things aren't really going our way. The other one I really like is completing my work as much as I could. And to me, that says this person isn't someone that finds schoolwork incredibly easy. They're not kind of flying through 5 periods a day, but they're working as hard as they possibly can. And that's all we can ask for. As long as you're trying your best, then that's all we can ask for. Okay, what have you done to look after your mental health? So lots of you are exercising, lots of you are keeping up with your friends, lots of you are listening to music or playing music, along with a variety of things. So if you haven't tried something on my joyful list of mental health help, give it a go this week. Download a mindfulness app, bake some cookies, deprive yourself of social media. None of you are going to do that. Okay, this is my other favourite part. And every week I ask you if you'd like to say thank you to anyone. And those of you that are thanking teachers, oh my goodness, I compile the list together and I email it to the teachers that you said thank you to, and it makes their week. They absolutely love it. And those of you that are putting friends as well, it's just wonderful to see. So please carry on filling in this part of the survey. It's so lovely. And if you're never really sure what to put, I've just put some examples on here. I've not named anyone because I didn't want to embarrass anyone, but quite a few of you have said particular friends for being amazing, a constant in their life, for helping you do work, for sorting out your go for schools when it's inevitably playing up. A lot of you said your parents for helping you to decide options, or just to help you out, help you with your work, help you during this pandemic. Some of you have mentioned teachers, and again, we love it when you do that. So every teacher is really supportive. This teacher helped someone when they needed her. And another one I want to focus on is someone who emailed a teacher and said that they were very understanding of how behind I was. And again, I think that's a really brave thing to do. If you are struggling with a lesson, don't just avoid it and just pretend it doesn't exist. Contact the teacher, be honest and say, look, I've really struggled with the work. I'm not really sure what I need to be doing. Can you help me? And always the teacher will be happy to help. We don't go into this profession because we hate students. We're here because we want to be, and we want you to do your best. So if you're stuck, email. Okay, managing your workload. And when I've been speaking to you via email, in person, on the phone, what a lot of you are saying is you log on to Go for Schools, you see this screen of work and you're thinking, I don't even know where to begin, particularly if you're someone who does feel a little bit behind. And what I would like you to try for this week is something a bit different. So any work from last week or before, ignore it, write it off. You're not going to get it done. And if you try to catch up, you're always going to feel behind. So work from last week and before, put that to one side. What you're going to focus on is the work from this week. So presuming you're watching this on Monday when I email it out, work through your lessons on Monday. Period 1, 2, 3, follow your timetable as much as you can. If you're someone who is struggling to complete all 5 lessons a day, what I would say to you is prioritise your core subjects. So that's English, maths and science. Make sure that you spend time on those first, and if you can do the other 2 lessons, or 3, depending on how your timetable works, that's when you need to go for your other things. But prioritise your core subjects first. So join live lessons if you can, like I've said before. Give yourself regular breaks and contact us if you need support. And what I really want to say here is that an hour of work at school is very different from an hour of work during lockdown when you're trying to work independently. You're not necessarily going to be as productive as you would be at school because you've not got a teacher there to help you. You're not in a classroom environment. So if you know that the quality of your work or the quantity of your work isn't as good as it would be in school, give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself. You're just doing your best. Okay, final thing. We are here for you. Miss Gillard and I in our lovely office, we're recruiting students in mini school to try and help make it even tidier than usual. So you can email us or you can arrange a phone call with us, but we are on hand all the time. And remember, if you do want to talk to someone, but not necessarily someone at school, then there are online services as well. And Miss Powell includes those in her weekly tutor email. So all of the information is there, but the school nurses, the emotional wellbeing hub and Couth. Please keep doing a weekly check-in survey. It really helps us to understand how you are, and look after yourselves and be kind to yourselves. Have a good week.